The city never truly slept. Lights floated between tall buildings, and soft machines hummed all night. In a small apartment on the 32nd floor, a human man lived alone. His name was Evan. He worked long hours, trusted rules, and trusted locks. That night, Evan followed his routine. He checked the door once, then twice, then a third time. The metal door showed green lights, locked, sealed, no errors. The window shields were active. The room scanner showed one life sign, his own. Evan nodded to himself. Safe, alone. He lay on his bed and stared at the ceiling. Another quiet night. Another normal sleep. Outside, flying cars passed like slow stars. Inside, nothing moved. Evan closed his eyes. A soft sound pulled him from sleep, not an alarm. Not a machine. A breath, warm, slow, close. Evan opened his eyes. At first, he thought he was still dreaming. Someone was beside him, small, curled, breathing softly. His heart jumped hard in his chest. He did not move. His eyes adjusted to the low light. Then he saw fur, gray and silver. A tail wrapped around thin legs. Ears sharp and pointed rested against a pillow that was not hers. She was real. Tiny wolf woman slept next to him. Evan froze. His mind raced. The door was locked. The system was perfect. No alarms, no warnings, no signs of entry. He slowly turned his head and looked at the wall screen. Security status, normal. Door, locked. Windows, sealed. Life signs, 2.2. That was impossible. The wolf woman shifted in her sleep. Her nose moved slightly, like she was smelling the air. Evan held his breath. He noticed scars on her arms. Old ones, battle marks. She wore torn dark armor, far too advanced for anything sold on Earth. This was not a costume. This was not a prank. Fear washed over him. Cold and sharp. Then her eyes opened, golden, bright. A soldier's eyes. She looked at Evan. He looked back. For one long second. Neither moved. Evan opened his mouth to scream. Before any sound came out, the wolf woman raised a small hand. Quiet, she said softly. Her voice was low, calm, and careful. She did not sound dangerous. She sounded tired. Evan swallowed. His body refused to listen to his brain. He stayed still. How? He whispered. How are you here? She studied his face, as if judging him. Then she slowly sat up, keeping her hands where he could see them. You locked your door, she said. Yes, Evan replied. I did. She nodded. Good. That answer made no sense. My name is Lira, she continued. I did not come to harm you. Evan's heart still beat fast. You're in my bed. I know. She looked down, almost embarrassed. I was injured. I needed a place that felt quiet. Evan glanced at her side. Dark blood stained the armor. You're bleeding, he said. Lira looked surprised, then waved it off. It will heal. No, Evan said. That's not normal. He slowly sat up, keeping distance between them. Every part of his body screamed danger, but another feeling pushed through the fear. Curiosity. And why my apartment? He asked. Lyra's ears twitched. Because your room was empty. It's not empty, Evan said. I live here. She tilted her head. You live alone. That sent a chill through him. How do you know that? Your mind is loud, Lira replied. But your life is quiet. Evan had no answer. Suddenly, a low sound rolled through the city. A distant boom. The lights outside flickered. Lyra's body went tense. They are close, she said. Who? Evan asked. Lira looked at him, fear clear in her golden eyes. The hunters. Another boom shook the building. This time, alarms screamed far away. Evan stared at the door. Still locked. Still sealed, whatever was coming. It was not supposed to be possible, and somehow it had already found him. Evan could not sleep. Not after what had happened. Lira, the tiny wolf woman, sat quietly on the edge of his bed. Her golden eyes scanned the apartment as if every corner could hide danger. Evan rubbed his face. I still don't understand. How did you get in here? Lira's ears twitched. She did not answer immediately. Instead, she looked at her hands, small and delicate, covered in faint scars. Finally she spoke, her voice calm but firm. My name is Lira. I am a soldier. I escaped my world. It is gone. Evan's eyes widened. Your world? She nodded. Destroyed. Everyone I knew. Lost. I was running, alone. The truth hit him. She was not just a strange visitor, she was someone hunted, someone in danger. His apartment, his simple locked room, had become her refuge. Evan stood slowly, keeping a careful distance. And why me? You were quiet, she said simply. I can feel things. Your mind is calm. Not like the others. Evan blinked. Unjust. Normal, yes, Lira said. But humans are stronger than you know. Your kind can survive things others cannot. She looked away, hiding a small shiver. Her armor was torn and dirty, and the wound on her side still leaked faintly. Evan's heart ached at the sight. Wait here, he said. He moved to the small kitchen, grabbed the towel, and returned. Carefully, he cleaned the blood and tore a piece of cloth to wrap her wound. Lira watched silently. You do not fear me, she said softly. I should, Evan replied. You're not human. Not from here. You could hurt you? She finished for him. She shook her head. No, I would never harm you. Not unless I must survive. Evan felt a strange sense of trust, though it felt unnatural. He could sense she was telling the truth. Her small frame, the careful way she moved, the scars and battle-worn armor, they all spoke of hardship, not lies. A soft alarm sounded in the distance, a distant city alert. Lira's ears twitched sharply. They are here, she said, her voice suddenly urgent. Hunters. They are coming for me. Evan froze. Hunters? Who? Not from Earth, Lira replied. They are from my world. They hunt survivors. They do not forgive. They do not care. Evan looked around. His apartment felt smaller, tighter, as if the walls themselves were closing in. Fear began creeping into his chest. Why me? He asked again. Why choose my apartment? Because it is safe, Lira said. Because humans, your kind, do not surrender. They fight even when weak, even when afraid. You are strong in ways they cannot see. Evan's pulse quickened. He had always thought of humans as ordinary, fragile. Yet this small, alien soldier saw him differently. Her words made him feel powerful in a way he had never known. Outside, the city continued, lights glowing, machines humming, people asleep in their homes. But Evan knew, in the quiet hum of his apartment, that the world was changing. And not in small ways. We need to move, Lira said suddenly, her small body tense. They will track this place if we stay. Evan looked at the locked door. Track? How? The locks are secure. The alarms. They can bypass all that, Lira interrupted. They are fast, silent, deadly. You must trust me. Evan hesitated. Fear battled logic. Every instinct screamed danger, yet every part of him sensed honesty in her. Finally, he nodded. Okay, he said. I trust you. For now. Lira's golden eyes softened. Good, but we must leave soon. Every second counts. Evan realized then that his simple life, quiet apartment, and ordinary routine were gone. He had become part of something much bigger. Something dangerous and thrilling. And somehow he knew The night had only just begun. The distant alarms faded, but Evan could still hear a low hum through the walls. Lira's ears twitched constantly, listening, sensing every vibration. "They're close," she whispered. Closer than before. Evan felt a chill run down his spine. He had never been hunted, never faced a threat he could not reason with. Now, an alien force was coming, silent but deadly, for the tiny Wolf woman beside him. Lira moved quickly, small but fast. She leapt onto a shelf to grab a small device from her armor. "This will block their trackers for a while," she said, pressing buttons he did not understand. The air shimmered slightly, and Evan realized the apartment now had an invisible shield. He stared. "Invisible shield?" "Yes, it hides us." "But only for minutes," Lira replied, her golden eyes serious. "Not hours. We must move soon." Evan nodded. His mind raced. He had no combat skills, no special training, yet his apartment, his home, was no longer safe. Fear and adrenaline mingled inside him. Then, a faint vibration shook the floor. Something was moving outside. Something heavy and fast. The lights outside flickered briefly. "They are hunting," Lira whispered. "And they are clever." Before Evan could react, a small panel on the wall slid open. Lira pressed a few buttons, and the floor under them shifted slightly, revealing a hidden staircase. "We can leave through here. It's old maintenance access," she said. "Not many humans know about it. But hurry." Evan followed, heart pounding. Every step he took echoed in the narrow tunnel. Lira led the way, agile and quiet, moving like a shadow dot as they descended. Lira spoke softly, almost as if talking to herself. "Humans, I thought you were weak, fragile, but even now, I feel strength. You think, you reason, you adapt. Faster than many of my kind." Evan glanced at her. "You're saying humans are better than you thought?" She nodded. "Stronger than anyone who has hunted me expected." Suddenly, a loud metallic scrape echoed from the tunnel entrance. Evan froze. "They found the apartment," Lira whispered, her tail bristling. "But this path, it is still hidden. We must move." They ran through twisting corridors of the old maintenance tunnels. Evan stumbled once, hitting the cold metal walls, but Lira steadied him with a quick hand. After a few tense minutes, they reached a wide shaft leading to the city streets. Lira crouched and peered through a small grate. Below, strange figures moved with unnatural speed. Their shapes were humanoid but twisted, with sharp edges, dark armor, and glowing red eyes. "They are scouts," Lira said. "If they find us, they will call the others." Evan swallowed hard. "How many others?" Lira's ears twitched constantly, listening, sensing every vibration. "They're close," she whispered. Closer than before. Evan felt a chill run down his spine. He had never been hunted, never faced a threat he could not reason with. Now, an alien force was coming, silent but deadly, for the tiny Wolf woman beside him. Lira moved quickly, small but fast. She leapt onto a shelf to grab a small device from her armor. "This will block their trackers for a while," she said, pressing buttons he did not understand. The air shimmered slightly, and Evan realized the apartment now had an invisible shield. He stared. "Invisible shield?" "Yes, it hides us." "But only for minutes," Lira replied, her golden eyes serious. "Not hours. We must move soon." Evan nodded. His mind raced. He had no combat skills, no special training, yet his apartment, his home, was no longer safe. Fear and adrenaline mingled inside him. Then, a faint vibration shook the floor. Something was moving outside. Something heavy and fast. The lights outside flickered briefly. "They are hunting," Lira whispered. "And they are clever." Before Evan could react, A small panel on the wall slid open. Lira pressed a few buttons, and the floor under them shifted slightly, revealing a hidden staircase. "We can leave through here. It's old maintenance access," she said. "Not many humans know about it. But hurry." Evan followed, heart pounding. Every step he took echoed in the narrow tunnel. Lira led the way, agile and quiet, moving like a shadow dot as they descended. Lira spoke softly, almost as if talking to herself. "Humans, I thought you were weak, fragile, but even now, I feel strength. You think, you reason, you adapt. Faster than many of my kind." Evan glanced at her. "You're saying humans are better than you thought?" She nodded. "Stronger than anyone who has hunted me expected." Suddenly, a loud metallic scrape echoed from the tunnel entrance. Evan froze. "They found the apartment," Lira whispered, her tail bristling. "But this path, it is still hidden. We must move." They ran through twisting corridors of the old maintenance tunnels. Evan stumbled once, hitting the cold metal walls, but Lira steadied him with a quick hand. After a few tense minutes, they reached a wide shaft leading to the city streets. Lira crouched and peered through a small grate. Below, strange figures moved with unnatural speed. Their shapes were humanoid but twisted, with sharp edges, dark armor, and glowing red eyes. "They are scouts," Lira said. "If they find us, they will call the others." Evan swallowed hard. "How many others?" Lira shook her head. "More than I can count. Faster than you can imagine. They do not rest. They do not forgive. We must survive, Evan." Evan felt fear mixed with awe. These were not ordinary attackers. They were hunters from the stars. And somehow they had found him. Lira's gaze softened briefly. "I trust you, Evan, but we must move carefully. One mistake, and it will be the end." Evan nodded, feeling the weight of her words. He had never fought for anyone but himself. Now the survival of this small wolf woman, and perhaps the secret strength of humans, depended on him. Outside, the city glowed with its normal life, unaware that beneath its lights, a dangerous game was unfolding. And in that quiet, tense moment, Evan realized one truth. He was no longer alone. And the world he knew would never be the same. The city streets below were eerily quiet. Almost normal, yet every shadow felt dangerous. Evan and Lira moved carefully, sticking to the edges of the alleys. The glow from the tall buildings barely illuminated the strange, armored figures searching above them. "They are close," Lira whispered, ears twitching. "Scouts, one wrong move, and they will find us." Evan's heart pounded. He had never been in a fight like this. But seeing Lira's calm, controlled movements, despite her size, gave him courage. He followed her lead, feeling more alert, more alive than ever. Suddenly, a metallic screech cut through the night. A scout dropped from above, landing just a few feet away. Its red eyes glowed, scanning the area. Lira reacted instantly. She leapt forward, small but fast, and struck with her claws. The scout stumbled but didn't fall. It raised a weapon silent, sharp, deadly dot. Evan froze. His instincts screamed danger. But then he remembered her words. Humans fight with mind, not claws. He scanned the surroundings. Broken pipes, loose debris, a stack of crates. An idea formed. "Lira, step back." He shouted. She hesitated, then obeyed. Evan grabbed a metal pipe, swung it to knock over the crates. They crashed loudly, creating a small avalanche. The scout's balance faltered, and it tumbled. Stunned but not destroyed, Lira pounced again, taking advantage of the distraction. In seconds, the scout was immobilized, trapped under debris. Evan realized something. His mind, his ordinary human thinking, was powerful in this moment. Strategy, observation, and quick thinking could defeat something much stronger. Breathing heavily, Evan looked at Lira. She smiled, small but genuine. You fight like a human, she said. Stronger than I expected. Before Evan could respond, more scouts appeared, moving silently through the shadows. Lira's eyes widened. We need to move fast now. They ran, weaving through narrow alleys, using every trick Evan could think of: sliding crates, kicking loose panels, blocking pathways. The hunters were fast, but Evan's quick thinking and Lira's agility made them an unexpected team. At one point, a scout cornered them near a dead end. Lira growled softly, preparing to fight, but Evan stopped her. Wait, he whispered. He scanned the ground and saw a small network of pipes above. Follow me. They climbed quickly, Evan leading with instinct. When the scout reached the dead end, it paused, confused. Then, Evan dropped a crate behind them, trapping the scout temporarily. From above, Lira's golden eyes met Evan's. You saved us, she said. Humans, you're kind. Never surrender, do you? Evan smiled weakly. I guess. Not when it matters. Lira nodded slowly, impressed. Your world should be proud. You fight with courage. And your mind. That is rare. That is why I trust humans. Evan felt a surge of pride, a strange new strength building inside him. He was still scared, still uncertain, but now he understood something. Humans had something the hunters didn't expect: ingenuity, courage, and heart. Suddenly, a deep vibration shook the streets. Larger ships descended from the night sky, their engines loud and menacing. Lira's ears twitched. The main force. They are here. Evan swallowed hard. The real fight was about to begin. And somehow, he knew that no matter what happened, humans and he himself would not give up. In that tense, quiet moment, a small wolf woman leaned close and whispered, Your kind should have ruled the stars. Evan didn't answer. He only stared at the descending ships, ready for the impossible challenge ahead. To be continued. Agar Ap Chan, Main Part 5 Likdun Jism Earth Forces Activate, or HFY Core Moment, or Humans Key Unity Highlight. Hodi High. The night sky glowed with the hum of alien ships, descending over the city like silent predators. Evan and Lira crouched behind a concrete barrier, hearts pounding. The hunters were fast, precise, and deadly, but they had underestimated one thing: humans. They are strong. Lira whispered, her golden eyes scanning the streets. But you're kind. Together, you can do more than you know. Evan looked at her. Together? You mean humans? Yes, Lira replied. Your people fight with courage and cleverness. Not all technology. Not all power. Sometimes, intelligence, will, and heart are stronger. Evan realized she was right. He had survived so far not because of strength alone, but because he had thought, adapted, and acted. Suddenly, distant sirens wailed. Earth's military response systems activated. Ships patrolled the skies. Automated defenses powered up. Humans were not helpless. Lira's ears twitched. They respond. Faster than I expected. Evan could see the alien hunters' surprise as automated drones and defense grids activated across the city. Humans coordinated with precision, using old technology in creative ways. Makeshift traps slowed the aliens. Laser grids blocked paths. Smoke and mirrors confused their sensors. Evan's mind raced. We can use that. He shouted to Lira. We can guide them into the streets where defenses are strong. Lira nodded, impressed. Yes, humans never surrender. And they adapt quickly. Together, they led a small group of alien scouts into an area filled with active defense drones. Sparks flew. Red lights flashed. One scout was caught in a magnetic net and immobilized. Another stumbled over an unexpected pit trap. The hunters had advanced technology, but humans had strategy. Evan realized that Earth, his home, was far from weak. Against the hunters, humans were creative, unpredictable, and resilient. Even Lira, with all her combat experience, watched in awe. "They expected easy prey," she whispered. "They underestimated humans. Your kind is remarkable." Evan smiled, a mix of pride and adrenaline surging through him. "Guess we are stronger than they thought." But the celebration was short-lived. Lira's tail twitched. "This is only the beginning. Their leaders are watching. They will not stop until they take me, or destroy this planet." Evan swallowed hard. The full scale of the threat hit him. The hunters were not just scouts, they were part of a larger force. A force powerful enough to threaten Earth. But Evan also understood something new. Humans had something the hunters could never predict: unity and courage under pressure. Alone, they were ordinary. Together, they were unstoppable. Lira stood tall, small but fierce. "I will fight with you," she said, her golden eyes shining. "Not because you asked, but because your world deserves protection. And I trust who?" Evan nodded, determination growing inside him. "Then let's show them what humans can do." The city hummed with life and energy, unaware of the cosmic battle taking place above and within it. Humans were no longer passive. They were alert, adaptive, and ready to defend their home. And in that moment, Evan realized the truth: Earth is not weak. Humans never surrender. The sky above the city glowed with alien lights, casting strange shadows over buildings. The distant hum of engines reminded Evan that the main force was closer than ever. Lira crouched beside him, small but alert, her golden eyes scanning every corner. "They are coming for me," she said softly. "The leaders. They want me back, or they will destroy everything in their way." Evan's heart sank. "Your world, your people. They'll attack Earth if you go?" "Yes," Lira replied. Her tail twitched nervously. "They will not stop. They are relentless, and they will not negotiate easily." Evan looked at her, worry etched on his face. "Then, what will you do?" Lira hesitated. Her small hands trembled slightly. I have a choice." Evan's stomach tightened. "Choice?" "Yes," she said. "I can leave with them. Go back to my people. They will let the planet live. Maybe, or I can stay, fight, and protect your world. But if I stay, the battle will be harder, dangerous, almost impossible." Evan swallowed hard. He wanted to tell her to leave, to save herself. But he knew, deep down, that if she stayed, humans would need her. And perhaps he would need her too. "You trust me?" Lira asked suddenly, her golden eyes meeting his. "I trust you," Evan said. "But I won't force you. It's your choice." She nodded slowly. Silence fell for a moment. The city lights flickered as distant explosions shook the streets. The alien ships above were sending warnings, scanning for life. Every second mattered. Lira took a deep breath. "Humans, your kind is unlike anyone I've seen. You fight even when afraid. You adapt when all seems lost. You never surrender. I've been hunted my whole life and never trusted anyone. But I trust you." Evan felt his chest tighten. The small Wolf woman, a survivor of a destroyed world, was putting her faith in him and in humanity. "I will stay," she said finally. "I will fight. Not because I must, but because I choose to. Your world deserves protection, and I trust humans to survive." Evan nodded, determination rising. "Then we fight together." Lira's ears twitched as she scanned the streets. "We need a plan. They will not stop, and they will not forgive." Evan's mind raced. He remembered the strategies he used before, combined with the city's defenses. Together, he and Lira could guide the hunters, trap them, And protect as many people as possible. She placed a small hand on his shoulder. This is dangerous, human. I may not survive, but I choose to stand by your kind. Because you fight with something my enemies cannot understand: heart, courage, and unity. Evan felt a surge of courage, stronger than fear. Lira had chosen to trust humans, to fight for Earth. That choice, that simple act of loyalty, gave him strength he had never felt before. Outside, alien ships hovered ominously, sending signals that something powerful was about to happen. The invasion countdown had begun. The hunters were coming. But for the first time, Evan felt ready, not just because of his own courage, but because Lira had chosen to fight alongside him. Together, human and wolf woman, they would face the impossible. The city trembled under the alien engines above. Massive ships hovered, casting dark shadows over streets and towers. The hunters had arrived, the leaders themselves. Their glowing red eyes scanned for the wolf woman, Lira, and for every human who dared resist. Evan stood beside Lira, small yet fierce, golden eyes blazing. Despite her size, she radiated confidence. She had chosen to fight for Earth, and now, together, they would face the impossible. They are stronger than anything I've fought, Lira whispered. But humans, you are clever. You survive when others fail. Evan nodded. He felt fear, but also a strange strength. He had faced danger before, had used his mind, his instinct, and now he had Lira's trust. Together, they were not just defenders, they were a force. The hunters had not expected that the first wave of hunters descended into the streets. Automated defenses activated. Drones, laser grids, and traps set by humans turned the city into a fortress. Alien technology was advanced, but human ingenuity was unpredictable. Evan guided small teams of humans through strategic points, directing them to block passages, lure hunters into traps, and use the environment to their advantage. Lira moved like a shadow, small but deadly, taking down enemies with precise strikes. Her movements were lightning fast, her strength amplified by her knowledge and experience, but her admiration for humans grew with every clever trap Evan devised. They underestimated Earth, Lira whispered, as a massive hunter stumbled into a human-made pit filled with energy nets. Sparks flew. The creature roared, but humans adapted, striking again with calculated precision. Evan smiled. We're not weak, he said aloud, realizing the truth for the first time. Humans were more than survival instincts. They had courage, intelligence, and unity. The alien leaders, seeing their scouts fall, attempted to overwhelm the humans with sheer force. Massive beams cut through streets, but the coordinated defense, combined with human ingenuity and Lira's skill, stopped them at every turn. Lira glanced at Evan, breathing heavily. Your kind, humans, stronger than any star empire expected. You fight with heart. Evan nodded, determination burning in him. And we never give up. Finally, the alien leaders realized the battle was lost. Their scouts destroyed, their strategies foiled, they retreated into orbit. The humans had defended their world. Lira landed beside Evan, small but triumphant. Earth is safe for now, she said, tail brushing the ground. Because your people never surrender. Evan looked at her, admiration and relief in his eyes. We couldn't have done it without you. Lira shook her head. No, you didn't need me. I only chose to stand with humans, your kind. Has something even my strongest soldiers lack: courage, unity, and heart. That is what makes you special. Above, the alien ships disappeared into the stars, leaving Earth glowing peacefully. People returned to their homes, unaware of how close danger had been. But for Evan and Lira, the night marked the beginning of a new legend. Humans had faced the impossible, and they had survived. And now, with a small wolf woman by their side, they were ready for anything the galaxy could throw at them. Evan smiled at Lira. They thought humans were alone, he said softly. They were wrong, Lira replied. Her golden eyes shining together, human and wolf-woman stood tall, guardians of a world that had proven stronger than anyone imagined. Or a new beginning.